Are you an apple shape like me and always on the lookout for pieces that'll work for our apple shaped body? Then this video could be for you. In today's video, I have found a new sub-brand on SHEIN called EASURA. I don't know if I pronounce it correctly. English is not my first language, but I really like the look of this brand. The price point is on the lower side, which always worries me a little bit, but I thought I'd test out a few pieces so you don't have to. But let's have a look at this sub-brand EASURA on SHEIN and see if it works for us apple shapes. Let's get stuck into it. Okay, we are starting off well with our first outfit. My trousers are the usual ANEWSTA trousers that I always get on SHEIN. I've talked about these to death. These are the wide leg that I always recommend for us apple shape, as there is no tummy in sight. And the top that I have teamed it with is adorable. I have added a little clutch handbag as well, and then a short little heel, something I can actually walk in, but still looks fab. But the top speaks for itself. As you may know, polka dots are making a huge hit at the moment, a really big trend everywhere in the shops. And I love polka dots, but it's rare I find a piece that I feel that I can kind of carry off. This top, however, I love it. And the reason I think it works is because it is black with the white polka dots and not the other way around. And then the collar adds that little bit more to it. We have just a little string sitting here. It's just sewn on there. It doesn't have a purpose apart from looking pretty, and I love that. I love the sleeves on it. It's a very feminine a very feminine top, but look when I pull this top out. Look at the shape it gives me. It gives me the illusion of actually having a waist, and that's because the piece has been sewn this way. Now, the one thing I'm not fond of this top is the fact that it has a side zip. Now, it's great with a side zip, but I struggled a little bit closing it because I'm here on my own, and it goes all the way up into your armpit. So it's easy enough to get the top on and off, but you need to make sure you can close that zip. But look at the fit of this top. This is a timeless classic top that can hang in my wardrobe for years to come. And it's a hot trend at the moment, so that's always a bonus. Quality on this top is absolutely fab. It is polyester, so if you're not a polyester fan, maybe this is not one for you. But it is, yes, it's on the thinner side, but not in a bad way. It doesn't feel like the parachute or anything. It just feels like a polyester fabric, and I love that. I haven't found any loose strings on it or anything like that. Quality seems really good. So, great start. I know I'm normally an advocate for no flowers on our clothes, and I do stand by that, but once in a while you just find a print that just speaks to you, and this top speaks to me. I think it's the color. The green color is absolutely beautiful, and then team it with the pink flowers. Stunning. Whether or not it is for me, and I will actually keep it, I don't know, but I want you to take measure of the shape of this top. Once again, look at the waist that it gives me. It is fantastic. We have the beautiful buttons here in the middle. It is a full button down, but the buttons draw your eye into the buttons and just gives even more of that illusion of a waist. On top of that, a tiny little detail. Look at the sleeves. They are kind of angled a little bit, and they actually just helps give that V that goes into the waist. Quite clever, really, and not something I had even noticed on the model. Now, add to that the beautiful lace in the neckline. I have it pinned with a little safety pin because it is quite open. And then on the back, it is sheared down below, once again pulling us in, giving us more of that illusion, helping from the back as well, but it's loose up around the back area, so I have plenty of space there. This is a fab top, absolutely stunning, and a great place to start, I think, if you don't like tucking in. If you still want that safety of having your top out, just team it with the wide leg trousers, and there's no tummy in sight. Okay, next outfit, I have a packet of 4 t-shirts, which I'll talk about in a minute. And then I have a skirt, and the skirt is definitely our first really big fail. Now, it does fit, obviously shot by measurements. It does hide the tummy, but the quality of this skirt is so bad. I'm actually going to take it off so I can show you. This skirt is really crudely sewn. And if I hold it just like that, can you see how it's pulling at the seams? How it gives this rippling effect over it? That's simply because this fabric is very thin. You can see it. Even against the light. Look at that. It is so thin. It's supposed to be a corduroy material, which I suppose in theory it is, but it is just so thin and so cheap that it doesn't hold the structure of the skirt. You see when it's just hanging there? That's hideous. Ew. I don't like that one bit. It does have the elasticated waist on the back, which is nice. We do have belt loops. We do have functioning pockets. The idea is definitely there. The execution in this thin material is just really, really bad. Just so I'm not naked, we'll put the skirt back on again. But I noticed that a lot of my white t-shirts, they're kind of getting finished and it's time to get some new one. And this one was 12 something euros. And I thought I'd ordered a white one. What I didn't realize was I had ordered a 4-pack. A black one, they're the exact same. Black one, navy one, and this dusty green. Oh, that actually might be a good color on me, but this is not my green. Maybe it'll work with my suit. I don't know, you never know. We'll see. But I can always use it as a painting t-shirt. I need a new one anyway. But I got a 4-pack for the 12 something. So all of a sudden it was actually very, very cheap. Now they are polyester t-shirts. They are tons stretchy. Again, if polyester is not for you, I get it, but I like wearing polyester and I'm always cold, so heat I don't have to worry about. But look at the fit. Plain and simple basic t-shirt. You can never go wrong with that. You can give it the French tuck, you can give it the full tuck, you can leave it out, whatever you prefer. But for 12 something euros for 4 t-shirts, I'm here for it. Strangely enough, this brand hardly had any trousers. I have a set line over here, and then I have these trousers. They were the only trousers this brand had. They are wide leg. They have the same thin feel as the skirt, but they are not a see-through, I checked. Okay, look at this, look at this. We have a tie string here. Oh, they make a lot of fluff all over my t-shirt. That string is sitting into the trousers, but we still have belt loops, okay. No functioning pockets, that always puts me off. Length, definitely for flat shoes for me. And don't forget my measurements and height are in the description box. Okay, in fairness, they are not for me, simply because we have these pockets here in the front, which I'm not always a fan of. They have to sit right in the right place for it to work on an apple shape. But the fact that we have no pockets is not for me. But I'm not mad at them. They are not. Hi, Lucy. Are you awake now? Okay, it's playtime, I can see. Because here comes the others. Okay. I am pleasantly surprised about these trousers. I'm not loving them to the point where I need to keep them. But they have potential. I would say they're definitely more like of a spring, summer, early autumn quality though. But again, they're actually so nice. They are not as crudely done as that skirt, so surprising. I have long been on the lookout for one of these pajama sets that are not pajamas. And I'm still searching, but I saw this one, and as I said before, one of the only pairs of trousers that they actually had was this set, and then the corduroy ones. These ones are a flared pair of satin trousers with a matching top. I actually really, really like it. I don't think the quality is bad, but I don't think it's like, wow, I have to have it. It does skim beautiful. And now in fairness, because it's satin, it is a little bit static on me right now, but maybe a little satin slip underneath it could take care of that. But I like the way it skims. I like the length of the top, especially because it just kind of flows nicely into the trousers. We have a little lace edge on the bottom of the top, and that lace edge is down the bottom of the trousers. But they're actually flared. Isn't that class? Now, the one thing I don't really like about it, I don't think the neckline is great. It's too big around my bust right here, so I would have to get it altered and sew in a dart or something like that. Maybe a dart under the bust would be better. I don't know. I just kind of think it sits a little bit wobbly on me, if that makes sense. And that's the part I don't like. But I love the idea of it. I don't think the satin itself look cheap or anything. I think you can dress it up, you can dress it down, you can mix and match the pieces with the rest of your wardrobe, and that's the idea I love. I'm just not sure this one is perfect. It's not that like, wow, I have to have it. Does that make sense? Oh, I'm really in two minds about it because I really do love it. One thing I noted about this sub-brand is that a lot of the pieces look as if they have already been tried on and returned. I don't mind if they've been tried on, but I do wonder when a brand has a huge return rate. You can read into that whatever you like yourself, but I couldn't help thinking it. And I tend to think out loud. Anyway, next up I have a wrap dress, and this wrap dress is stunning. A wrap dress is a fantastic piece for us apple shapes because they hide our tummy. They also, due to the way the wrap has been made, gives us the illusion of a waist, and I love that. I love that. We have the wide strap, a couple of pleats up here, which obviously doesn't help with the fact that it needs a very good iron. But for me, who has a large chest and droopy shoulders, that's a great combination. And as I say, it is a true wrap, so I'll try and be modest here. On the one side, we have the one string, and then on the other side, we have a string going here and in through a loop here, and then it goes around and ties. You can tie it in the front, you can tie it in the back, that is completely up to you. I like tying it here on the side, and I would tend to tie it with a double knot here, simply because it is a bit of a slidey material, just to make sure it didn't burst open. But isn't it gorgeous? Isn't it gorgeous? No tummy in sight. And I think this is one of those dresses, you can dress it up, you can dress it down. Fantastic dress. Material is really, really nice. Sewn, very, very nice. It is very soft. As I say, it needs an iron. Not stretchy. And it's a little bit kind of shiny. It's a bit of a different color on the inside versus the outside. But I don't mind that at all. It's very different, but I could see myself wearing this with sandals or sneakers, equally with a pair of heels and a bit of bling. So fantastic dress, and as I say, wrap dresses are fantastic for us apple shapes, so I think I might just have to keep this one. My last dress, my last piece, is also in desperate need of an ironing, but I have found the most adorable little summer dress. White with little black pinstripes on it. It is fantastic. I love that it's a shirt dress. It has a full button down. We have the little collar on it, but we have the gorgeous V-neck, and look at the way it sits on my chest area. It is stunning. And yet, even though it goes just underneath my chest, there is no tummy in sight. Isn't that fab? It has the perfect fit. We have a little elasticated waist on the back as well, just to pull us in and gives us that illusion of a waist. And best of all, excuse me, my dress has pockets. You cannot beat a dress with pockets. I am in love with this dress. Quality of this dress is fab. It does make a little bit of noise, but it's not so much that when I'm moving that it's like you can hear the dress before you see me. Do you know what I mean? So again, it is polyester. All these pieces I think has been polyester with a bit of mixture of other things in it, but I don't mind polyester. It's simply just something to be aware of if you don't like synthetic fibers. But that is all the pieces I have from this sub-brand, and I have to say it's been a bit of a mixed bag. Some of the pieces are really good, other pieces are not. Quality has been great in some pieces and not so good in other pieces, and yet the price point has been very low. Now, what I really liked about this sub-brand was there was a lot of varied styles in this sub-brand. It wasn't just like one style like corporate or old money or whichever. It was a mixture, which for someone that likes not to be boxed in by one style, this is a sub-brand definitely worth your while keeping an eye out for, and even just if you just use it for pulling ideas, which would be great. But as I said, that is all I have for today. My measurements and all the other details, links and everything else are in the description box below the video. But if you made it this far and sat through the ads, thank you so much, because that's how you help my video. Would you do me one last favor for today and leave me a blue heart in the comments? The heart are simply just to tell me and the algorithm that you enjoyed my content enough to stay to the end. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.